New York. Hiding in my sock. Hiding in my sock.
So, did you try washing clothes?
Yes, I told you I was washing my uniform. Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Alexis. I'm known as This Alex here on YouTube. If this is your first time watching me, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button to be an official doll baby. And if you're already a doll baby, then welcome back to my channel. So if you haven't already seen from the title, today I will be telling you guys on how I caught my boyfriend, not my ex-boyfriend, on Tinder. Alright, so I had to think of a name that we're going to use for him. So we're just going to call him Bobby. So me and Bobby were together at this time for about 4 years. And there's literally a whole backstory to this. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit. There's going to be another video on this when I finally get the courage enough to talk about it. You guys will probably be able to figure it out a little bit just by this video. But me and Bobby were together for 4 years, and sometimes like I suspected him of doing things, but I would never really have any hard solid proof. So this actually all happened last summer around this same time, close to the same timeline right now. So this just happened about a year ago. So yeah, so if you guys know, I was in a car accident last summer on August 13th. So also prior to that, I had just put a new sound system in my truck. So I took the radio out the truck and I was gonna sell it because it's like I just spent money on this. It's obviously no use to me. I don't have a car anymore. So I was selling it through the Facebook selling app or whatever, the marketplace it was. It had just came out last summer, I think. So we're waiting at a Wawa waiting for this guy to come pick it up, and he was like, well, let's play some games on my phone. So if you guys have an iPhone, or if you don't, I'm going to demonstrate this to you. So when you have an iPhone, Siri has this thing where it has suggested apps. So my suggested apps is Instagram, Mail, Snapchat, and Messages. So basically those apps that show are your ones that you are currently using the most right now. So honestly, I don't remember how this happened, but he so happened to like swipe down, because you can also access it just by like swiping down and it'll come up. So he swiped down and Tinder's there, and I'm just like, I was like, what are you doing on Tinder? He's like, oh, I had just downloaded a couple days ago just to see what it was, but I haven't even been on it. And I'm like, that's strange, that's weird. And he went to the folder that I was in and deleted it in front of my face. And I thought, that's the end of that, and we'll move on. We did the thing with the radio. We went back to the house, and I went upstairs because I was getting ready for work. Like, I had to lay out my uniform, take my shower and everything, because it was also getting late and I had to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to be to work. So it's around like 9-10 o'clock, and he's still downstairs. He's playing his game or watching whatever he was watching. So I got in the bed and I went to sleep. So later on in the night, he obviously came upstairs and he went to bed, and I woke up, I think at like 12 or 1 something. And his phone, usually guys, this is a sign, I'm telling you. If somebody sleeps on top of their phone, get out, run for the hills. So he usually sleeps on top of his phone, but this particular night, the way that he was sleeping, his phone was it was only this much of his phone that was under him, and this rest of the part was out. So I kind of started wiggling it like this back and forth instead of yanking it, because that would have woke him up. So I wiggled it back and forth until I got the whole phone out. Mind you, this took me like 5-10 minutes, because sometimes he was a heavy sleeper and sometimes he was a light sleeper. So I got it, and then I remembered he had just changed the password on his phone, because a week or two prior, he had dropped his phone in the toilet, got water damage. So I gave him my old, I had an iPhone 6s, and I gave that to him, and then I got the 7 Plus. So when he was doing the phone over, if you guys know now, Apple asks you for a 6-digit numeric PIN, and he didn't know that you could change it to 4. But before this, he had already changed his 4-digit PIN, and he had to create a 6-digit one. Now, he didn't tell me what the password was, so I had to be, you know, a little detective and figure it out. So you guys are gonna think this is crazy. It's not crazy, because I pay attention and I have a lot of like memories, and I remember a lot of stuff like very vividly. Like, I'm good at details. So I remember when we were in the kitchen like a while ago, I seen him actually type in his PIN, but it was the 4-digit one. And I was like, okay, so let me try something similar. So I lied to you guys, his password has changed since then. But I remember when he told me he did his old PIN, which was 1628. 28 was like his favorite number, and 16 was the age he had did it at. So when we were in the kitchen, I seen him put in, I think it was 2428. Or yeah, he put in 2428. So then I figured it's probably 162428. And I went back to that first number, 16, because I know that's when he started everything. So I tried it, and it unlocked, and I was just like, so I went on a search thing because I was really curious. If you feel like you have to get into somebody's phone to see if they're doing something, it's not a good relationship. So I went into the search thing, and of course Tinder popped up again, and he downloaded it and put it back in the same exact folder. So it's not like he downloaded it to delete his profile. He downloaded it again to do whatever he was doing. So I go on the app and I start scrolling. And I'm scrolling what seems like forever. He has messages, mind you, this happened in 2016. He had messages that dated back to 2014. 2014. So I locked the phone and I put the phone down. Then I was like, nah, we gotta go back. So I unlock it, and then I start going through the messages and stuff. He was talking to people, making like Valentine's Day plans with them, talking about meeting up with this one girl and bringing her a sandwich when she got off her work and stuff. So these were like multiple girls that he was talking to, like trying to do stuff with them while we were in a relationship. Mind you, there was like no breaks or anything or whatever. Like, we weren't broken up for any span of time, so it's not like he could have done that then. We were like full-blown relationship, doing things and everything. So even when we went away for my birthday or whatever, he was doing stuff out there, trying to make plans with people and stuff. So I locked the phone again, because at this point, like, I'm getting mad, I'm shaking. I'm like, you know what, he already did his Tinder thing, let's just go to his messages. Go to his messages, and some stuff is normal. Actually, no, I lied. So when I go to his messages, it opens up to this name, Tim M. I'm like, not thinking twice about it, because obviously it's a guy's name. I'm gonna insert the message here, and I'm like, there's no way, like, this is a guy. So if you guys know, if you go to messages and you hit the little I right here, it literally shows you like, oh, I hit the contact. If you hit the I, it'll show you like all the picture messages that happen between you and the person in the message. So I'm gonna blur these out, but he's getting new pictures from this girl and everything, and I'm just like, wow. Lock the phone again, and I put it down. So I was like, you know what, you already got it, you already seen it. So I unlocked it again. I took a picture on my phone of his phone. So I'd had the picture because you guys know guys love to lie and will delete stuff and say you're crazy, you never seen this or whatever, blah blah blah. So I did that, and I continued to just go through the messages. And then there was like another one from a girl that he used to talk to when he was in high school, and how like she was talking about how she was over his house the previous week, and on the same exact day that he told me he was having co-workers over, he actually had her over. And the craziest thing about that is after that she left, he called me to come over and to bring him something to eat. So he had a house. I was technically kind of living there because I was staying there just about 80% of the time, unless he told me he was having company over. And now that I'm thinking about it, his company was more than likely female friends. So yeah, or whoever he was messing with at the time. So back to the girl with the messages, Tim M. I started reading more into it, and I seen that she's actually been to the house. They've done a couple of things or whatever, and it was just like so mind-blowing to me. So I got off the bed like kind of hard, and he gets up, he's like, what's wrong? I'm just like, nothing. And I acted like I was getting ready for work. Mind you, it's nowhere near the time for me to get up and get ready for work. And ironically, the day or the night that I found out all this had happened, we actually had this whole big day set up for the following day. This big date day that he was getting ready to take me out on. And we were actually talking about it for like a while, for a couple of weeks or whatever. And I went into the bathroom, started brushing my teeth, and I was just thinking about everything. And I got out the bathroom and I asked him, I was like, are you doing something? I was like, are you talking to anybody or doing anything? And he tells me no. And then I'm like, are you sure? He's like, no. And I pull up the picture, which I just showed you guys, and I said, so who's this? He was like, what? Who's that? Like, acting like he's getting set up. He was like, who sent that to you? I locked the phone, go back in the bathroom, continue brushing my teeth. He comes in the bathroom, and he's like, who sent that to you? And he's looking at it because it looks like somebody literally took the screenshot and sent it to him, because he's thinking there's no way I could have gotten his phone, because there's no way I could know his password. So he was like, no, I don't know who that is. I don't know who you're talking about. And I'm just sitting there like, wow, like, you're really lying, like, to my face. And I have like hard evidence proof, because in the past I would get these random numbers texting me, telling me that, you know, they're messing with him or they're messing with each other, blah, 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 all this other stuff. So that was a way that he was kind of going with it. So he leaves out the bathroom. I'm just like, that's just really crazy, because I got all this out of your phone. And he's like, and he just has that look. He's like, he has that caught look. And I repeated his password to him, and he knew, like, I just knew everything at that point. So at that point, I was just about over it. I didn't scream, I didn't yell or anything. Like I'm talking now, I talk real calm. I was just like, you know, that's it. You told me you downloaded, you know, Tinder a couple days ago. If you've been on there for 2 years. He's like, yeah, but they're just friendly conversations. I was like, yeah, let me be on Tinder and have friendly conversations with people, telling them, bring them stuff on Valentine's Day or whatever. So at that point, I got whatever I had at the house, packed it up, and I left. I went to work, and that was pretty much it. I deuced out after that. There's no coming back from that. There's none, and I don't care or whatever, because there's no way that you're with somebody for 4 years and 2 out of the 4 years you're doing whatever the fuck you want to do. It doesn't work like that for me. And ever since then, I've literally have been extremely happy. There is a lot more to like this relationship story, which I'm gonna get into in a different video, for just awareness reasons and stuff and everything. But that is all for this video. I caught him on Tinder, and you know, that's where he met the girl. And yeah, that was that. Oh, before I end this video, I also made him like I acted like I was gonna be cool with everything and we're gonna get past it. I made him sever the ties with every girl that he had in his phone and basically say this is what it was, this is who he was with, blah blah blah. He made a mistake or whatever, and then I deuced out after that. So I made sure he burned all his bridges first, made sure he did all of that, and then I dipped, because you're not about to have your cake and eat it too. Nope, I'm hurt. You're gonna cut all your holes. That's it. Actually, at that point, I wasn't even hurt, because like in the back of my mind, you guys are gonna know more about this later, but I knew, but there was never any proof. Like, I can't come to you with something if I don't have proof. But that is it for this story time. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned from it, and I see